I am not a healer. I do not heal anyone. I think of myself as a stepping stone on a pathway of self-discovery. I create a space where people can learn how incredibly wonderful they are by teaching them to love themselves. That's all I do. I'm a person who supports people. I help people take charge of their lives. I help them discover their own power and inner wisdom and strengths. I help them get the blocks and the barriers out of the way so they can love themselves no matter what circumstances they happen to be going through. This doesn't mean that we will never have problems, but it is how we react to the problem that makes a tremendous difference. After years of individual counseling with clients and conducting hundreds of workshops and intensive training programs across the country and around the world, I found that many people live with an old recording playing in the background of their minds, a loop that they didn't consciously choose but somehow still believe. So let's begin there with those old tapes. When I say old tapes, I'm speaking of the subconscious messages that were recorded long ago, often in childhood. Think of them like outdated cassettes or scratch CDs that someone else inserted into your player. You didn't ask for them, you didn't write them, but they've been looping ever since. I'm not good enough. I always mess things up. No one really loves me. It's too late for me. Sometimes those words were spoken by a parent or a teacher or an angry adult who didn't know better. Other times they were never said aloud, but were implied through the way you were treated. And sometimes the voice is your own, born from pain, shame, or misunderstanding. But just because the tape exists doesn't mean you have to keep listening. You are not the voice of the past. You are the awareness listening to it. You may be playing tapes you don't even recognize as tapes. Perhaps you believe them because they sound so familiar. If you've been hearing "you'll never succeed" for 20 years, it can start to feel like truth. But what if it's just a loop? What if it's just a recording someone else gave you, and you've simply pressed repeat? The beautiful thing is, once you realize it's a recording, you can choose to press stop. And that's what we are doing here. Not judging the tape, not getting angry at it, just noticing, oh, this again, this voice, this phrase, this feeling, and gently asking, do I want to keep this? Does this serve me now? It's time to listen with fresh ears and loving awareness. Just because someone told you something long ago doesn't mean it belongs to you today. You are allowed to release the old tapes. You are allowed to let them go without guilt or explanation. You are allowed to say, I am not that thought anymore. That thought was planted when I was vulnerable. That belief was formed when I didn't have a choice. But I am no longer helpless. I am no longer unconscious. I am awake now, and I get to choose. So let's begin this process with willingness. Place your hands over your heart if it feels safe to do so, and take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, softly affirm, I am willing to release these old tapes with love. I am willing to release these old tapes with love. I am willing to release these old tapes with love. And now we open the door. Every journey begins with willingness. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to know how the transformation will happen. You just need to say yes. Yes to change. Yes to healing. Yes to the new. You don't have to force the door open, just unlock it. You don't need to rip up the old blueprint, just pick up the pen. You don't need to erase your past, just allow something more loving to be written over it. That's how we begin to reprogram the subconscious. Not with shame, not with fear, but with a gentle, open willingness. You are not starting from nothing, you are starting from wisdom. Everything you've experienced has brought you here. And now, with love in your heart and breath in your body, you begin again. It's a fresh page, a new melody. Imagine yourself holding a soft cloth and gently wiping clean an old dusty record, the grooves that once carried sorrow or fear or judgment. And now you're ready to record something new, a message of truth, of light, of worthiness. You are not broken. You are rewritable. You are not stuck. You are moldable. You are not damaged. You are divinely adaptable. This step does not require perfection. It requires a shift in posture, an internal lean toward love, a whisper that says, I am willing to change. And that willingness becomes the opening, the crack where the light gets in, and then one by one, the old bricks fall away. You don't have to understand every belief you've ever absorbed. You just have to be willing to let in a new one, something more kind, something more true, something that lifts rather than limits, something that softens rather than shames, something that says, yes, even now, you are enough. Repeat with me now, softly and slowly. I am open to the new. I release the past with grace. I am open to the new. I release the past with grace. I am open to the new. I release the past with grace. You don't have to rush. You don't have to figure it all out in one day. Your only job is to show up for yourself, to choose one new thought at a time, to speak gently, to notice when the old tape starts playing, and then lovingly say, not today, not anymore. I'm choosing something kinder now. The universe responds not to desperation, but to alignment, and alignment begins with willingness. Your new beliefs don't have to shout. They just have to be real. Even a whisper of truth can erase years of lies. Even a single breath of peace can begin to soften lifetimes of tension. Even one moment of compassion for yourself can shift everything. So breathe in, place your hand over your heart once more, and speak to yourself the way you wish someone had spoken to you when you were young. Speak with warmth, speak with care, speak with truth. I am willing to believe that I matter. I am willing to believe that I am lovable. I am willing to believe that it's safe to change. Say it again, gently, as we close this part of the practice. I am open to the new. I release the past with grace. I am open to the new. I release the past with grace. I am open to the new. I release the past with grace. And when you're ready, we'll take the next step together. The universe is always listening, even when you're silent, even when you're not sure what to say, even when your heart is too tired to speak. The universe doesn't require perfect words, only a willing heart. And tonight, if you're holding this message in your hands, I want you to know something sacred. Life is ready to begin reprogramming you for peace, for ease, for joy. Not because you've worked hard enough, not because you've earned it, but because you are ready to surrender. And that changes everything. You see, your mind is like software. Over time, it collects programs, some helpful, some harmful. You didn't install most of them. They came from the world, from childhood, from well-meaning people who were also wounded, from repetition, from survival. But just like a computer gets outdated files, your inner life can begin to slow down, crash, or freeze when those old beliefs keep running in the background. So tonight, I invite you to do something beautiful. Step away from trying to fix it all manually. Step into the divine update that the universe has already prepared for you. This update isn't forced, it's allowed. You don't need to push, you only need to yield. I want you to hear this again. The universe is your loving programmer. It knows how to gently rewrite the places where fear was once hard-coded. It knows how to restore what shame tried to erase. It knows how to install peace in place of panic. But it can only do so when you say yes. That yes doesn't need to be loud. It can be whispered, it can be silent, but it must be real. So tonight, say yes to the divine reprogramming of love. Imagine that as you sleep, a stream of golden light begins flowing into your subconscious. It doesn't ask permission for every file. It knows exactly what to heal, what to soften, what to dissolve. Old scripts of "I'm not enough" begin to fade. The virus of "I'll always be abandoned" gets deleted. The loop of "I have to prove my worth" finally stops spinning. And in their place, new codes of light, ease, safety, and sufficiency begin to take root. I am lovable as I am. It is safe to receive. There is time for joy. These become your new inner language, not because you force them, but because you open the door. That is your only task tonight. Open the door and let the universe come in. So many people live their lives trying to self-correct everything. They analyze, overthink, strategize, overcompensate. They go to sleep trying to force change, but healing doesn't respond to force. Healing responds to surrender. And the most powerful spiritual reprogramming happens when you're not doing anything, when you are resting, when your breath slows, when your thoughts release their grip. That is when the real transformation begins. You may not even notice it at first, but a few days from now, you'll respond differently. You'll stop reaching for validation that once felt urgent. You'll pause before reacting to triggers that used to hijack your peace. You'll feel less anxious about outcomes and more curious about the process. This is the quiet work of the universe. It never announces itself with fanfare, but it always leaves evidence. Trust the reprogramming that occurs when you rest in love. Let's make this practical. I want you to create a tiny ritual tonight. Right before sleep, gently place your hands on your heart, close your eyes, take a soft, deep breath, and say this to life itself. Dear universe, I hand you my old beliefs. Please renew me with your truth. That's it. You don't need to name every old belief. The universe already knows. You don't need to explain your wounds. The divine already saw them happen. You simply offer your yes, your release, and then let go. Sleep becomes sacred when it is filled with this kind of trust. Your pillow becomes a temple. Your dreams become messengers. Your bed becomes a space for holy transformation. If tears fall, let them. If nothing happens, that's okay too. But something inside will begin to shift because you chose surrender. You might wonder, what does it mean to be reprogrammed by the universe? It means that you stop living by fear's rules and begin to live by love's rhythm. It means that survival is no longer your baseline. Thriving becomes your default. It means that pain doesn't drive your decisions anymore. Peace does. And the beauty of this transformation is that you don't have to earn it. You only have to allow it. Every time you soften your shoulders, you're allowing it. Every time you breathe with awareness, you're allowing it. Every time you stop rehearsing old fears and choose to affirm the new, you're allowing it. And when you fall asleep in that allowing state, you create the most fertile soil for deep, divine change. That's why I say the most powerful work is often done while you're not doing anything at all. You are not broken. You are simply carrying outdated codes. Codes that once helped you cope but now block you from joy. Codes that once protected you but now isolate you. Codes that once gave you structure but now confine you. You don't need to fight them, just outgrow them. And outgrowing doesn't mean rushing. It means giving yourself permission to become. Tonight, allow that process to begin. You don't need a grand plan. You don't need to fix everything in one night. You just need one choice. I trust life to bring me what I need. I trust the reprogramming of love. Say it with me. I trust life to bring me what I need. I trust the reprogramming of love. Say it one more time. I trust life to bring me what I need. I trust the reprogramming of love. Let that become your lullaby. You are no longer trapped by the old systems that shaped you. You are no longer limited by inherited fears. The patterns that once ruled you are now dissolving. The voices that once shamed you are losing their grip. The beliefs that once bound you are melting in the light of love. There is nothing you need to do. Only trust this gentle process. Let your mind unclench. Let your breath lengthen. Let your heart receive the truth it's been waiting for. You were never meant to carry this alone. You were never meant to fix yourself from the outside in. The real healing comes from surrender, and you are safe to surrender now. So tonight, as you prepare for rest, remember this. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are not stuck. You are simply in the middle of a divine update. And updates take time. They may require your system to reboot. They may require you to disconnect from noise. They may ask you to sleep more, weep more, release more. That's okay. You are not going backward. You are resetting into something freer, softer, more aligned with your true self. The universe is not punishing you. It is repatterning you. And your only job is to say yes. Say yes with your breath. Say yes with your rest. Say yes with your heart. Say yes with your trust. And so, As I close this part of the message, I speak this blessing over you. May your sleep be holy. May your mind be soft. May your heart be rewritten in the language of love. Let the old programs fade. Let the new life emerge. There is nothing to fear. There is only more love waiting for you when you allow it. And I promise you, the more you surrender, the more beauty life will deliver. So rest tonight. You are safe. You are guided. You are in the hands of the divine. You are free. I want to share something with you from the deepest part of my heart, something that changed my entire life and the lives of millions of others who chose to listen to the voice of love over fear. You see, the mind is programmable. Just like a computer follows the code it's been given, your subconscious follows the instructions you speak to yourself over and over. The beautiful truth is that you are not stuck with the old programming. You can rewrite it, you can update it, you can choose new, life-affirming codes that lift you out of fear, shame, or scarcity and place you gently into the frequency of joy, peace, and worthiness. And how do we do that? With words, with love, with repetition, with conscious choice, with affirmation. When I first began to heal my own life, I didn't know how powerful words really were. I thought thoughts were just thoughts. But then I began to notice how often I told myself painful things, things I would never say to a friend. You're not good enough. You always mess up. No one really loves you. These weren't just casual thoughts. They were the commands my subconscious was following. And as I kept repeating them, my life kept mirroring them. I realized I was programming my reality with the very beliefs that were hurting me. That's when I began to practice affirmations, not as empty phrases, but as healing instructions, loving, new lines of code. An affirmation is not a magic spell. It is a conscious decision to speak to yourself with care. It is a healing message sent straight into your subconscious over and over until it becomes the dominant voice inside you. The subconscious doesn't resist repetition. It welcomes it. It listens. It absorbs. It records. So instead of allowing the same old fears to play on repeat like a broken tape recorder, you can choose new statements, new beliefs, new instructions. That's why I always say every thought we think is creating our future. And when we add feeling, intention, and repetition, we multiply the power of that creation. Let's make this very practical. I want you to try something with me right now. It's simple, but deeply powerful. It's called mirror work. Just go to the nearest mirror, look yourself gently in the eyes, and say this affirmation 3 times. I lovingly program my mind for success and peace. Say it with kindness. Say it with sincerity. Say it even if it feels strange, and notice what happens. Notice if resistance arises, it might. The old tapes may try to interrupt. That's not true. You've failed before. Who do you think you are? That's okay. That's just old code. It's not your truth. It's your conditioning. Keep saying the affirmation. Keep looking with love, because over time, the subconscious begins to melt. It begins to open, and the new language starts to take root. You can begin replacing old mental scripts right now. The ones that said, "I'm not lovable," change them to, "I am lovable exactly as I am." The ones that said, "Nothing ever works out for me," update them to, "Everything I need comes to me easily and joyfully." The voice that says, "I'm not enough," replace it with, "I am more than enough. I am whole." Each new affirmation is like a soft beam of light entering the dark corners of your subconscious. It doesn't force, it illuminates, and where there is light, darkness cannot remain. I want to offer you a few affirmations today. Consider them like new programming lines for your beautiful mind. Say them out loud with me and allow their energy to wrap around you. I am worthy of love and respect. I am open to miracles today. I release all fear and trust the process of life. I choose thoughts that support and uplift me. I deserve to be happy, healthy, and free. These aren't just words, they are keys, and each time you say them, you unlock a little more space inside your mind for peace, for healing, for truth. The truth is, you have always been worthy. You've always been enough. The affirmations don't make it true. They just help you remember what was already true before the world made you forget. Some people ask me, "But Louise, what if I don't believe the affirmation yet?" And I say, that's okay. You don't have to believe it right away. You just have to be willing to. Willingness cracks the door open. Repetition invites the truth in. Belief grows over time, and before you know it, the new language becomes your inner voice. You wake up one morning and realize, I don't criticize myself as much anymore. I feel calmer. I actually like who I'm becoming. This is the work gentle, persistent, loving. That's how healing happens. So tonight, I invite you to choose 3 affirmations that speak directly to your heart. Write them on a note, place them on your mirror, speak them aloud each morning and each night. Let them become your new mental routine, your new emotional home. Here are a few to choose from, or create your own. I am loved. I am safe in this world. I forgive myself and others completely. I attract people and opportunities that bless me. I am guided by wisdom and peace. Repeat each one 3 times, not mechanically, but with intention. Feel it. Imagine the words sinking into your cells. Imagine your heart softening. Imagine your life rearranging itself to match this new energy, because it will. The subconscious doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's repeated. So if you keep repeating love, love becomes real to you. If you keep repeating peace, peace becomes your atmosphere. And if you keep repeating worthiness, you begin to embody it in everything you do. And here's the beautiful truth. The more you affirm what you want, the less you chase. The more you affirm what you deserve, the more you receive. The more you affirm your connection to the universe, the less you fear. Affirmations are not about pretending, they're about remembering. And the more you remember, the more life flows. So when in doubt, speak love. When anxious, affirm peace. When stuck, declare openness. When lonely, affirm your inner wholeness. This is your healing language now. Let me leave you with one more powerful affirmation. Say it 3 times with me. Let it sink deep. I lovingly program my mind for success and peace. I lovingly program my mind for success and peace. I lovingly program my mind for success and peace. Let that be your new default. Let it replace the old noise. Let it guide your next step. The work begins with words, and the words begin with love. There is a beautiful rhythm to life when we stop resisting and start trusting. You don't have to push the river. You don't have to swim upstream just to prove you're strong. You can rest. You can float. You can trust that the current of life knows exactly where you belong. You see, when we live from old tapes, the fearful beliefs that tell us we have to hustle, fight, and grasp, we lose our natural connection to flow. But the truth is, when you are aligned with love, with peace, with your inner truth, life begins to carry you. The people, the opportunities, the solutions, they appear not because you force them, but because you're in the right frequency to receive. Imagine now that you are laying back in a golden river of light. It sparkles all around you. You don't need to kick or flail. Just allow, let go. The river knows the way. The universe is not a cold, mechanical machine. The universe is a living, breathing energy, and it loves you. I often picture the universe as a warm, wise mother who understands me even when I forget to ask for help. She is always guiding me gently toward greater good, and when I release my grip on fear, I can feel her arms around me. This is flow. It's when you finally let go of trying to control everything and you begin to move with life instead of against it. You don't have to understand how it will all work out. Just trust that the river will carry you. That is what it was made to do. I am safe in the flow of life. I am guided. I am loved. There's a powerful metaphor I love to use when teaching about receiving. The universe is an infinite ocean of blessings, and your mind, your beliefs are like a cup. If you believe you only deserve a little, you will only allow a little. And that's not because the blessings aren't available. It's because your receiving system is set to small. But what if, today, you allowed yourself to imagine a bigger cup? What if you upgraded your old programming from I don't deserve to I am open and ready to receive? So many of us were taught that we have to earn love, that we must prove our worth through pain, sacrifice, or performance. But that belief is just an old tape. It is not the truth. The truth is, you were born worthy. You don't have to perform for blessings. You simply have to allow them. When you open your heart to receive, without guilt, without shame, without needing to prove anything, you send a powerful signal to the universe. You say, I trust that good things are meant for me. You say, I am ready to live in the fullness of life. And the universe responds. Every time. Right now, place your hands over your heart and whisper this softly. I now accept all the good life has to offer. I expand my receiving. I expand my receiving. I expand my receiving. One of the most powerful times to reprogram your subconscious mind is just before you fall asleep. That's when the gate between conscious and unconscious becomes thin. That's when you can plant new seeds of healing and release. I want to offer you a beautiful nightly ritual, a sacred moment to let go of the old tapes and allow the divine to renew you. It's simple, yet deeply effective. Each evening, before you close your eyes, place your hand on your heart and whisper, "I release the pain of today. I surrender my mind to the divine." Just that one sentence is enough to open a doorway. And if you want to go even deeper, take a sheet of paper and write down the limiting beliefs, the old tapes, the voices that no longer serve you. Then tear it up or burn it in a safe space. Let this act become a symbol that you are not your past. You are not the voices of fear. You are a new creation, born of love. As you drift to sleep, visualize a soft, white light flowing from above, entering your crown, and gently washing away every memory that hurt you. Feel it cleansing the corners of your mind where fear used to hide. Breathe deeply. Let go. The universe is updating your soul with truth. You don't need to try, just allow it to happen. I rest while the universe heals me. I rest while the universe heals me. I rest while the universe heals me. If you've made it here, know this: you are not broken. You are not stuck. You are not behind. You are in the process of becoming something beautiful. A new story is being written through you, and the pen is now in your hands. Those old tapes, no matter how loud or long they've played, do not define you. You are more than any belief you were taught. You are the light underneath the pain. You are the joy that was never erased. You are the love that was never truly forgotten. The universe does not see your flaws. It sees your light. It sees your intention to heal. It sees your willingness to change. And that willingness, that one small spark, is all it needs to help you transform. So be gentle with yourself. Speak kindly. Practice your affirmations. Breathe in hope. And remember, healing is not about becoming someone else. It's about coming home to who you've always been. Let yourself be the miracle. Let yourself be the one who rises. Let yourself be the clear, open receiver of divine truth, love, peace, and abundance. The old tapes are gone now. A new melody is playing, one that sings of freedom and trust and joy, and it is yours. I release the past. I embrace the new. I trust the process of life. I release the past. I embrace the new. I trust the process of life. I release the past. I embrace the new. I trust the process of life.